Heyo! I heard you.
Hi.
I heard you. I heard you tapping those keys. I hear you fantastic. You sound wonderful, as always.
Really?
But even better this time, yes.
Stop, you're kidding.
No, you sound crystal clear, and you sound like you're not wearing much clothing right now. Is that correct?
I hate you. You know that's correct, Johnny.
Were you just practicing your ballroom dancing in your panties and a shirt, little tank?
I was. I have a dinner date after this call. Did I tell you this?
No, dinner date. That's
okay,
interesting.
you know what? I don't want to say when I'm getting dinner with somebody, I call it a dinner date, but I'm actually having dinner with Mr. Nick Savoy.
Oh.
It's not a date, right?
Right, but we talked about this before in another context. I'm not going to bring it up, so that's cool.
Yeah. Nice. I feel bad. I've been dodging him and I've been out of town, but we're finally getting back together.
Aw, that's
I don't
adorable.
want to say it's a date. It's not a date.
Right.
It's a dinner date. You know what I mean? You feel me?
Right. So you guys gonna talk business or talk sexual favors?
I think both. Don't we both always? Everybody?
True. You're right. No.
Yes, we're gonna talk sexual business transactions, aka me prostituting myself.
Dude, I'm telling you, since you've come into my life, I've made $20,000 more dollars or more. It's been fantastic. I mean, it's literally been life changing. So, and this was in the last 2 fucking months. So shit.
I love it. My favorite things are getting laid and getting paid. So
Dude,
that's happening for you.
That's what she said. I can't believe that it was a girl that said that. That's fucking boss.
Yes, it's my favorite.
Have I never heard that before? I don't think I have. But that was fucking
Really?
awesome.
Am I the first person to introduce this concept to you?
I think so.
That's
for the longest time, I wasn't about getting paid. It's literally something I had to sort of I had to realize I was lacking it and stop making fun of it in my friends, which was retarded, but when I was a kid, that's what I did. I was getting the education, but I was never money conscious. But now I'm like, yo, I need to become an entrepreneur. I need to start marketing myself better. And you were one of the last major, and I mean a major jump in that area. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, I guess obviously Nick Savoy is definitely more on that level as far as business is concerned.
I don't know. We're just having dinner.
Right. Right.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, I had a talk with Tyler from our Real Social Dynamics. You know who that is, obviously, right?
Yes, I was at his house a couple of months ago.
House or condo? You mean a spot?
Are you talking about,
he's in a house now?
Durden?
Yeah, Tyler Durden. He's in a house now?
Yes.
Oh, good for him.
Over here in the hills, yes.
Oh, he's always had a little apartment or condo. That's cool. Good for him. But anyway, we were talking, and he's like, "Have you ever had any good experiences from taking a girl out to dinner?" And he was of the opinion that no, it never works. And I was like, "Yeah, you can definitely make it work, but yeah, most guys can't."
They don't think dinner works? What do you mean?
Taking a girl out to dinner will actually sink your chances of really ever even hooking up with that girl. Yeah.
You're kidding me. Why? Where does this mentality come from?
I'll tell you what. I do agree with it to a certain point. If it's your first time meeting up with a chick, the idea is that it just automatically puts you into, beta provider role.
You mean actually buying a dinner versus going on a date?
Right. Meaning, yeah. If you want to take a girl on a date, make it more casual, make it maybe at a bar or something like that. I've definitely done it. I've definitely taken girls to dinner and it worked out really well, but that's because I'm fucking amazing, and I can't help but be a fucking ninja. And so it's always very dynamic, But yeah, most guys fail completely because first of all they suck at conversation, and they're stuck. They're physically, mechanically, logistically stuck sitting across the table from somebody. They're not moving around. They're being very sedentary.
Right.
And so they can't really put their best foot forward and have a fun time if they're stuck sitting somewhere.
You know what? I will say that I don't think dinner is appropriate for first date for the precise reasons that you're saying right now. You have to sit there. You have to have a conversation. You don't even know each other yet.
Yeah.
I was on a date the other night, and this guy, I thought we were just getting drinks. So it was at a wine bar, and then we're there for a while, and he's like, do you want to order something to eat? And I swear to God, my instinct was, no, I don't want to sit here for dinner because I don't even like you like that. Like, that was my mentality.
That's funny you say that, because that is what they say in, when recently in the last several years they've been telling girls don't go on dinner dates for the same reason. You don't want to get stuck sitting with somebody that you don't like.
Exactly, but it doesn't mean that the dinner is the reason you didn't get laid. I would never say that.
If you take some girl you don't really know, and you're just some show that has weak conversational skills, then you buy some $100 dinner, you're not going to get laid. Straight up.
Probably not. No.
Straight up. Yeah, no. You're not looking good right there. I was going to say something and I forgot. Oh, dude, yeah. One of the other reasons why I don't I don't go on dinner dates very often is because I was raised by fucking wolves, and like when you watch me eat, it's like dinner in the lion's den. Like,
actually, that's another thing. I didn't want to eat in front of him because not only was I not like thoroughly enjoying the date, I was like, eating is a very intimate thing to me. I don't want you to watch me eat.
Yeah, no, like that's what I'm saying. Like people do watch me eat. It's like a fucking circus show. I'm like, rah, 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 rah. Like, my mother will just stand there and watch me eat, and she's like, I just love watching you eat because you're really enjoying yourself.
Really, John. Yeah, you're a good eater? Is that what you're saying?
I'm fantastic, yeah. I'm not very picky either. I just like it home cooked and all that stuff. It's a wonder I'm not a fat ass, and that's why I have to exercise so much, because I can put on my glutton face and go for it. So.
Well, I'm sure every woman that you've ever hooked up with has thought that was wonderful.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're right, because I end up devouring her, and she's like
the vagine, yes.
Not always, but absolutely. When the moon is high.
When the moon is full.
when the mood is right, I can't help myself. You're
killing me, Dick. You're killing me, man.
I can't fucking help myself. Anyway, so dinner with Nick Savoy.
Yes. Well, you know what? I will say too that when a guy suggests dinner for a first date, I'm immediately put off.
Yeah.
Is that weird? Is that fucked up? Is that like too analytical?
No, I think, when it comes to the way women feel about things, it comes from past experience, and it comes from all the tricks and the carefully laid plans that certain men have tried to lay to get laid. And so there's always that's the typical one everybody's always talking about, like you're gonna try to buy your way into a woman's bed, into her pants. But
if I like you, I hope you take me out to dinner, because dinner means something.
Well, here's the deal. I am a generous. I like giving things to the people in my life that I appreciate and I care for. So if I'm with a chick and we've been hanging out, I'm totally gonna take her to all kinds of weird places.
Exactly.
Straight up. Exactly. Yeah, I'm not cheap in any way. I'd rather spend money on other people than myself. I'm one of those. I don't know if that's a type or not, but I'm that. That's me. Anyway.
That's you.
Right.
The perfect man.
Yes! She said it, not me.
That's what I'm picturing.
Right. So, anyway, you wanted to talk about some Friendzone shit? No, what?
Yeah, this is an interesting segue because, I've never hooked up with any of my friends. Ever. Okay. It's never happened. If you're a dude friend, I don't see that you have a penis. That's just how Jessica thinks.
Okay.
And I recently ended up hooking up with a college friend.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
And I have no idea how the hell it happened. Yeah. In fact, I still go back and try to figure out how it happened. Oh. But with our, in line with our whole dinner thing.
He was probably hanging out on manwhore.org. and he's like, I know how to do this now, dude. Can I just say?
I've
slept with a thing. Go ahead. What?
I was gonna say this is the filthiest thing I'll ever say, but we were fucking, and I was like, oh my god, like, did I tell you to play with my ass, or did you just know? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, have you been listening to like my podcast or my radio show? Because I talk about it all the time. And he didn't even say anything. I was like, I wonder if this dude like knew what to do. You know what I mean?
I didn't know. I still don't even. I'm not even quite sure what you're referring to when you say play with your ass.
I won't even. That again. That I said that's the filthiest thing I'll say.
Is this like ballroom dancing?
No.
Asshole.
But okay. So we started hooking up, and then he was like, I was like, oh yeah, let's hang out. I got a flight out. Blah blah blah. And I won't see you for a couple months. And he was like, okay, did you want to do dinner? And like my heart like lit up. I was like, oh my god, he wants to do dinner. Cause that's what you do after you've already started having.
Oh yes. So this was afterwards. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, if I like a girl, I'm gonna take her to all kinds of places. Like, oh, I want to spend time with that chick,
Yes, it's like if it's a first date, you don't even know me yet, bro. Why do you want to pay for me to eat a fancy fucking meal?
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. I've done it, but anyway. But to answer your previous question, yeah, I've slept with a bunch of my female friends.
Oh yeah, so I asked Jonathan before we got on if he slept with any of his female friends.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah.
I have to ask.
Yes.
Were they actually friends, like lesbiro? Were they actually friends?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So they were actually friends that didn't start off as dates or hookups.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So now let's talk about that.
What
the fuck did you do? And what the fuck happened to me?
Well, it depends on what context. So if we're talking college, we're talking, like my girls that were in my the dorm or the suite or the fucking floor upstairs, and so we all just know each other and we all have a good time, etc. And then boom, it just happens at some point. Or
that's kind of standard in college.
Right. So and that I think though that can really set the stage for the potential or what really can or is supposed to happen with your female acquaintances and friends. Like for me, in my mind, and this has been said about me before, I don't really have the blurred the blurred line or the boundary between friends and sexual whatever is very blurred in my case. Okay.
I was going to say, Jonathan, I can't picture you being regular friends with a woman.
Well,
I can't picture it.
I mean, even when I was a kid, it was like my girlfriends, my female friends, I'd just like come by and I'd be on my skateboard and I'd just fucking smack them on the ass as hard as I could. I'm like, game on, bro!
Because you're a very sexual man.
It's not even that, I don't even think that it's that,
I think it's that.
Okay, see, you call it sexual and that's fine and all that jazz, but when I'm more as like a physical person, I'm very physically affectionate.
Okay.
Very physically affectionate.
Right,
and I'm exuberant. I'm exuberant. So I don't place on myself the sort of social filters that everybody else does. I live a life of my own choosing. And so the conversations I have will be everywhere, all over the place. And when someone sees this, they realize that there's really no distinct. I don't put a lot of boundaries on myself in that regard, and we're not supposed to. All these social boundaries and bullshit are man-made, based on Judeo-Christian values that are just another means of social control. So when I'm with female friends, we're just talking about whatever. The only time that I will draw lines, and this is one of the toughest. You're gonna laugh. This is one of the toughest things it's not necessarily tough, but it's just like a difficulty, is it's my buddy's girlfriends. And it's almost,
you fucking dog.
No, I'm not. No, I don't even look at them that way. The gate comes down. The gate comes down, right? But yeah, it's like I'm so I'm having so much of a good time that it draws attention, right? And it draws feelings. And so it's like, in that, that ends up becoming a semi-issue sometimes, and I don't act on it. But yeah, I think that's the whole thing. It's like, my real estate agent, my fucking doctor, the person that, does whatever, wherever. It's like, there's energy that I'm exuding that doesn't have any like emotions, energy, the good vibes you put off. There's no social definitions on that. Like, fuck you. Don't try to put that on me or anybody else, you know? So
one thing you said that I really liked was you said, Jessica, it's not sexual, it's physical, which I think is a really important distinction because too many guys are afraid to, you know, touch a woman or, you know, something is, you know, you slap girls on their asses. And while it's sexual to most people, it doesn't sound like it is to you.
No, it's...
and it doesn't have to be. And every time you try to touch a woman, it doesn't have to be sexual.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean you're going to creep her out. That's just making contact.
Right. So,
and you need to do it.
Yeah. So, you know, this is a perfect example. A few nights ago, I was just out at a club, and randomly one of my current students was like, "Holy shit, it's John!" And he comes bouncing up. I'm like, "Oh shit, man, what's up?" And we just had a session a couple of days ago. Well, I had some news for him. I'm like, dude, you like I've been working with this guy for over 2 months now. His verbal game is way better. His vocal, all this stuff. He's getting laid way more often.
Awesome.
But there were things you can't necessarily see over a fucking Skype call. I'm like, dude, you are stiff as fuck. Why are you
like rock hard?
Like he's like a fucking Tin Man. Right.
Oh.
Yes, he had a boner the entire time, Jessica. No, he's like jilted. He's like fucking stiff. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, did you know you were doing this? Like, I didn't know. Well, come to find out, this is sad. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna shed a tear right now. He's 31 years old. He hugged his mother for the first time 5 years ago, when he was 26 years old. He's part of a culture and a lifestyle where people mothers and sons and family members do not
touch each other.
They don't show each other physical affection. And it was like one of the saddest fucked up things I've ever heard. But it's like, I'm a very affectionate person. You know, and it's weird because there are guys in the community that their entire definition of physicality is based on quote-unquote game. So I was hanging out with Mike Squat and Casanova here in Vegas.
Oh, yay.
And this guy's a complete nerd that started learning game. And so we're somewhere out, and I grabbed him, and I'm like, yo, da-da-da-da-da, and I sang something to him, and he's like, stop trying to AMOG me, dude. And he's totally serious. To him, To him, physical contact is either keno on a woman or trying to AMOGing a guy. And I'm like, that's fucking insane, bro. Like, I've never tried to do that. Since then, he pissed me off, and I fucking, you know, anyway, that's neither here nor there. But it was so sad that his entire definition of physicality was either keno or AMOGing. It's like, dude, that's not the way things work.
Well, I will say this. You know, I did have a little thought. While it's not necessarily sexual, I would say it's necessary if you're going to get sexual.
Of course, sex is a physical act.
You're gonna need to digest. No, I mean, I don't want to say you have to be affectionate. Everybody, motherfucking go to therapy, be affectionate. That's not what I'm saying. But you do need to bridge the gap. It's not a bad thing.
It's not
necessarily sexual.
If people could go to therapy and become more affectionate. Or holy shit, or become even, you know, physically affectionate. That'd be the best thing ever. I don't, you know, it's like we live in the era of PC, and your therapist is not allowed to fucking touch you, and as soon as your therapist ends up sleeping with a client, it's like you become a fucking Hollywood cliche, you know? So we're so anti.
Don't sleep with clients. Are you high?
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, you know, when it does happen, that's what I'm saying. Like, they make Hollywood movies out of therapists sleeping with their clients, right? So there's really there's no place for, you know, teaching someone how to be physically affectionate in the modern eras, at least right now.
There isn't, but something is okay. So I will say this now. I'm having the revelation of where this dude left the friend zone and entered my vagina. So we went to a gay club. Like, he was in town. That's what we did. Like, party, whatever. We went to a gay club, and we were sandwiched between these two half-naked go-go dancers. And we're dancing. And I wasn't even looking at him, but to feel him on me when I never have. I swear to God, I never have. To, like, feel him, like, on me and me dancing on him, that was enough for my brain to just, like, switch.
Done. Fuck.
It was done, and he didn't try anything.
I think it's funny that our conversation made you realize what it was. That's fucking hilarious.
It's like blowing my mind
That's
right
fucking
now.
hilarious. So
fuck. He just needed to touch me.
Yeah, well, I was talking to one of my guys today. I just got done coaching, and I'm like, yo, look, here's the deal. This whole verbal game shit thing is all prefrontal cortex, man. That's icing on the cake. We are human animals. The amygdala, the reptilian or whatever fucking, primordial part of our brains, of our being, responds to physicality more than anything else.
Yes,
so,
yes, bitch, yes.
Yeah, and I'm very fond of saying, physicalness, physical escalation is a means in and of itself to seduction by itself. Meaning, you don't even have to really talk to a girl much, but if you touch her the right way, she's gonna get turned on,
Right, and I was so turned on. I swear to God, I was so fucking turned on from that night.
Maybe you wanted one of the gay guys. You know what's interesting?
I don't know what I wanted.
I'm gonna mind fuck you even more right now. Okay, I'm gonna mind fuck you right now. I'm gonna make you think. Okay.
My mind.
So I will.
Do it.
I will. So, okay. This is just getting into some little bit of a high-level theory as far as wingmanship goes, but this is the truth, but just this doesn't get talked about because I don't have anybody to talk about this stuff with. But anyway, let's say you have a buddy. You and your buddy are talking to a couple of girls. You guys provide one half of the puzzle, okay? So, and that's about as clear as mud. Meaning, if a girl needs a certain type of emotional nuances to sort of unlock her secret doors, your wing might provide them for you, but you're the one that ends up sleeping with her. Okay, I do this all the time with some of my wings. Girls don't know I'm doing this. They don't. This is way past. They're not even thinking along these lines. My wings probably don't even aren't aware of this. But it's like I can provide certain emotional dynamics to an interaction to make a girl much more receptive to getting banged.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying, and I agree so much.
Yes.
Because my guy friends in college, the two of them, one of them was like really dull, one of them was really funny. He would always bring the really funny guy around, and he was the good-looking one.
Okay.
So he would always bring the funny one around, and these girls would be laughing their asses off when, Mr. Beautiful here is dull as shit.
Right.
And they would always go home with them. Always.
See, the funny guy got laid too, though, right?
Never got laid.
Oh, that's so. I punched that other dude in the face.
Never got laid ever.
Go.
Yeah.
Oh,
but then these girls, he would go. Then he'd take these girls out. And he'd be like, "Oh, it was really lame." It's probably because
he sucked. Yeah.
Yeah, because he sucks.
Yeah, being a dating. I mean, I've been a dating coach for fucking years now. I have to provide this is how it goes. I have to provide whatever missing dynamic is missing. Okay.
Right.
So I might have to be the funny guy. I might have to be the asshole. I might have to be the guy that sort of like is the judging eye of society, but I do it opposite. I'm like, oh, you better have sex with my friend or I'm going to judge you. I straight up. I do that all the fucking time.
In your life.
I have absolutely said that.
Of course.
I'm like, you guys are having sex, right? She's like, oh no. I'm like, oh, you better. She's like, oh.
That's why I love you.
Straight up, man.
Well, you know what? It goes in line with, they did a study where they took two people and they had them walk across a street together, and in the other test group, they had them walk across a bridge with like a motherfucking moat underneath where like they could die. And the people who ended up walking like the plank, so to speak, and those people ended up in relationships with each other after the study.
Yeah, that
because they attributed those heightened emotional states to the person they were with.
Right. Right. So yeah, that's a beautiful thing. You know, they did that video on YouTube a couple months back where they took complete strangers, made them kiss each other, and people were hooking up afterwards. Do you remember this?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I never saw it, but I heard about it.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful video. You should you need to watch that. It's wonderful to see.
Video?
I don't know.
Kiss a stranger? I don't know. I saw that earlier this year.
Yeah.
Where, you have to make out with a complete stranger.
Yeah, that's it. And you saw how they got really into each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't, and it's so that video was such a shocker to everybody but me. I'm like, well, duh.
Oh, was it a shocker to everybody but you, John?
Correct. And maybe some of my
So
friends.
what happened? Everybody just started making out after?
Well, it was more than that. They were I mean, it went from like a casual kiss to like they just started like grabbing each other and like making sweet love to each other with their clothes on.
Hey guys.
And apparently some of them later on did it without clothes. So
shut up. That's hot.
Yeah, but back to your original story. So the fact that you couldn't. So this is your friend from college. So you probably felt on
friends.
Yeah, you probably felt on some level that you could have had this guy anytime you wanted to.
I will say that it was never a thought. It's never like, I could fuck this guy if I want. That's what I think about, the grand population, really. But it's never a thought.
Okay, right. So, well, here's the thing. Us guys in the know have to women assume this about most every guy. And it sort of bugs us, but it's something it's reality, so we have to deal with it. So we actually have to provide the idea that, no, motherfucker, you can't sleep with us. Or it's in question or in doubt at the very least, right? So, because you're right, women just assume it's just part of their natural landscape to just think that they can sleep with anybody. Well, what ended up happening here is not only were you getting touched in a intimate fashion, but the gay go-go dancers were beyond your reach. Were not acceptable. It was a
Are you saying I settled for him because the go-go dancers were gay?
No, you didn't settle for him, but that emotional rhythm was provided that opened you up to the idea of like the emotional rhythm was there. So women, so to sleep with a guy, a woman does want to feel some sort of scarcity, like he's some sort of value that she's getting some form of validation or whatever the fuck you want to call it for banging this guy. It's a sense of urgency. It's like I've got to, I want to do, and it's all a heightened sense of arousal. Arousal is a very interesting feeling, idea, concept. There's so many things that break that down. One of them is the idea of a higher value and being rare and being scarce. So the fact that you were around, gay go-go dancers, who are probably, good-looking dudes, but you can't have them, or...
I probably, maybe.
Okay.
I fucking love gay go-go dancers. I did see, here's the thing, he had a flight out that morning, because he's not from LA, so he had a flight out that morning, and we got, I hate to say this, but we got so fucking drunk, we blacked out so hard. I ended up at my apartment, he ended up at his hotel, and we both woke up thinking that the other was there. So, and then he came back 3 weeks later, and that's when I was like, I'm fucking this dude.
Oh, interesting.
Vagina. Yes, I was on a mission, I'm telling you. I needed it after not getting it the first time.
Right. That's a lovely story. It follows the same. It follows the same storyline and rhythm.
Exactly what you're saying is this level of, oh my god, when am I going to see him again? And the same thing. He's like, I got a flight tomorrow morning. I was like, oh my god, how can I make this happen?
Yeah.
I basically moved mountains to have sex with this boy. Who I swear to God, John, it was something as simple as this dude is now touching me and dancing with me.
Yep. Pretty cool, huh? And
is that all you do to these women?
It was an emotional cocktail. I don't mean to, you gotta remember that, like, I've got two little sisters. I grew up surrounded by, I grew up in like a hair salon. A lot of my growing up experience was like, I'm in a hair salon sweeping up hair, and I'm just surrounded by girls talking about sex a lot. You know, like, it definitely happened.
Right.
Not always, but, you know, it was definitely there. So
Right.
it's part of my emotional landscape to just be an object, to just be part of that, you know? So I don't even know where I'm going with this. But no, it's like the boundaries are just, they're not there unless you put them there. So everybody thinking, oh my God, this guy sleeps with his friends, that's stupid. And you were just simply falling for social conditioning, for brainwashing. You know, that's it. When we were born free, you put yourself into slavery. You know, and you are free to you know, unshackle yourself. But you know, all these people are you know, it's really what it is fear of you know, seeing your own potential and capacity, and so they just take the easy way out of, which is, oh, John's this or that or they're this and I'm not going to do that. That's
not me.
Right,
that's
you know.
Not who I am.
And they, of course, they try to put a negative spin on it to protect themselves and their ego, but in the end, you can have any sort of life you want. And you know, it's funny because they talk about, you know, they've done studies on, you know, happiness, you know, the level of happiness, and some of the freest, happiest people are definitely on the promiscuous side of the spectrum. You know?
I've heard that too. I've definitely heard that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not talking about, you know, the slave trade, the human trafficking. That's horrible.
How did you even go there?
I don't know. I just felt the need to make that distinction. I really did, because those people need to be saved and protected.
Jesus.
Well, they need the fucking hand of God to come down and smash these motherfuckers in the skull.
We are not with them.
No, yeah. I mean, you know.
But you know what? What you're piggybacking off what you're saying. I have a client who's super friendzone with, like, he has a list of women. He calls it the draft list. He has a list of women that are in that he is in their friend zone, and he says things like, you know, I'm just not that kind of guy. I'm not like, I respect women. I'm romantic. Flirting to me is just so, like, distasteful. And I'm like, but you're looking at it as sleazy and sexual, and you're looking at it as sexual being bad, which is not the case.
Yeah, who's this guy?
I'm not telling you.
I'm just fucking with you. Just, who's this guy? I'm gonna call him up. This motherfucker. No. That's what I mean, you know, it's like if he wants to live that life, you know, it's like he's in a jail of his own design, straight up, a prison of his own making. Fuck, that sucks. I'm not, to be honest, I'm not trying to sleep with female friends per se. I'm really not.
It just happens.
I mean, like, look, like, here's the deal. Women are gonna try to sleep with you. I'm sorry, but like, that's just the fucking truth. So I've had female friends just walk out in their panties, and I'm like, I'm going to fuck you now. And you know what I'm saying? Like, when stuff like that happens, it's like, okay. Or it's like, girl, you know, I mean, come on.
Yeah, but when you're my friend, I'll walk around in my panties in front of you. That's just me. Because to me, I'm like, there's nothing sexual. But women, again, don't realize that.
I'm going to squeeze your ass.
My sister goes as far as, like, jumping into bed with them naked. And she's like, I don't know why he tried something. I'm like, girl.
That is hilarious.
Not tell people you're related to me.
Yeah, you're, you know, I mean, that's the thing. So, you know, she has experienced a level of freedom that, you know, at the same time, though, her, you know, that particular, you know, shackle or prison bar is sort of maybe gone or whatnot, or, you know, not, you know, and it's not supposed to be there. That's my professional opinion. That's my world-renowned fucking opinion right there. But in your sister's case, or, you know, whoever's case, it's like, hey, if something does happen, it's not that big of a deal, okay? Here's the thing. Everybody is trying to make a marriage out of every intimate encounter they have with somebody. It's like, yo, motherfucker, the best laid plans come to fucking naught, right? So me and a girl have just tried to make things work. We're like, this is great. We're gonna go, and it doesn't fucking happen. And so, you know, it's like that Marilyn Monroe quote that girls are so fond of putting on their Facebook profiles.
What?
Like, love, dance as if no one's watching. Love as if there's no tomorrow. Well, how's that fucking shit go? Well, anyway.
What's wrong with that?
No,
That's great advice.
it's a great quote, but it applies here, and all of a sudden people throw up the walls. You're like, no, it doesn't apply. Yes, it fucking does. Go as far, have as much fun and emotional and intimate connection with somebody as you can, and fear nothing.
Yes.
Because it will work out or it won't. But don't hold yourself back.
We want you to, I will always say this, we want you to want us. I want you to fucking look at me and think I have to fuck the shit out of her. In a way that, you know, is not rapey, but women want this, you know?
You know, I think that's the other thing. It's like, you know, fear, you can do things out of fear or love. That's the dichotomy of human life in action.
It's very Barney, but I like it. You're so right.
You know, that's just, fuck it, that's how it goes, right? So, you know, it's
how about this explain that? Because I feel like when you do something out of fear, it's like, it's a very needy. But when you do something out of love, it's very giving.
Right.
In a way.
So if you're a fear-based person, you see something as being, you know, sexually aggressive. Oh, he's a predator or whatnot. But if you're based in love, or, you know, however you want to describe it, as good emotions, you know, integrity, you know, being a very ethical person, you know, your morals are in line, you are not trying to hurt someone, you just are full of compassion or whatnot, then yeah, you know, you're going to come after something with love, and love is a very powerful, very full, you know,
all you need is love.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is that you're going, you know, if you're a fear-based person, you'll see somebody from that in that place, and you'll mistake it as like sexual predation or sexual aggressiveness, whereas we're simply acting out in a full-on, you know, fierce tidal wave of fuck it, we're doing this right now, and I don't give a shit because my mind's not even there right now. And so yeah, I might pick up a girl and just fucking toss her down, and I'm like, hey, here we are. You
mean toss her down lovingly on the bed, not toss her down like
a flight of stairs after she got pregnant? No, of course not.
Stop! How can you say
No, nobody does that. She didn't land on a bed of clothes hangers. No, I'm kidding.
Stop! Crazy ass.
Yes.
I forgot where we're going with this.
I don't even know.
Fucking get your girl.
Friendzone.
You're in the friend zone. Hey, I say that's at least a step. You know, at least you're in a zone.
Oh yeah, totally. No, I don't care about that at all. I'm not the only one that said that. I remember when Sin said that several years back, and then I had the same exact thought. It's like, I don't give a shit where a girl thinks we're categorized, because that's not the way this stuff works anyways. There's no logical placement of people. It's some form of logical...
Right. There's no conscious placement. Kind of like what I was saying earlier when you asked me,
there's no unconscious...
It's just, I'm not just sitting there like, okay, this is the category that this guy is in, and there we go. It's just, that's not how it happens.
Yeah. It's all of that is mostly placed on people themselves.
Exactly.
You know? And it's fear, and it's lack of being proactive. You know, it's
maybe.
It is.
Well, you know what, Ed? You
guys, hold on. Guys end up in the hard friend zone because they're bitches. Straight up.
Stop.
Straight up. No, everybody needs to exercise their inner bitch. That's how it goes. It's a fucking demon, and it needs to come out. I'm sorry. That's just how it works.
Like, get it out of there, not exercise, like make it shrunk.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah. You kind of cut off.
Distinction.
You cut off, like your voice went really low for a second.
Wow. So did yours. What's going on?
Really?
Yeah, it sounded like you ran away for a second.
Oh, I did, but I actually did. Oh, dude, I got a new PC gaming system.
I don't care, John.
It's fucking amazing.
I don't care either.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought it was fucking cool. So Friendzone.
If you want to own it, you mentioned this a couple episodes ago in regards to if like that's what you feel in the moment, then you have to go.
Oh, I think we can talk about that too. Okay. I've definitely had girls in I've definitely had girls in my life where we start out as friends, and I'm like, nope, I want to smash her lovingly.
Yes. Thank you for adding the lovingly.
and it's sort of like, because I'm such an exuberant motherfucker, I don't really have much to worry about. No, the bets are off when I'm in the picture, right? Like, we're gonna talk about fucking everything from God to politics to fucking ants walking on the sidewalk, right? Like, nothing is off limits. Books, we'll talk about books, then we'll make out. I don't give a shit. So it's sort of like girls I don't get placed, it's like, yeah, I'm a friend, but, it's like I don't, when I want something and I go for it, women are like, okay, it's the next adventure John's on, and I happen to be in it with this one, and his penis is out of his pants. Okay.
And lucky me.
Right.
There it is. I was wondering when you were going to start talking about your dick.
I guess, it's funny because when you first started talking about that, I was like, haha, she's making jokes, and like 17 times later, I'm like, she must have a point. She's got a point.
It's necessary. It's part of the show now.
I guess so. Well, it is a dating podcast, right?
That's very true. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have your dick in every episode. I'd go nuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I give you my dick in every episode.
Thank you. That's so loving of you.
No. Well, here's the deal. I apparently it seems like it's sort of an oddity, but it's not me. It's the rest of you. It's the rest of you guys.
Your penis is an oddity?
No, just the idea of having one and having it out is like a strange thing. But it's
not a problem.
No, but if you think about it in terms of like, social media and the media in general, in movies and the movie rating system, everything is based on the exclusion of the male penis, which sucks and it's unnatural. And so as soon as a guy that's just sort of like natural comes in, it's like it sticks out, no pun intended. Or maybe it was.
Let's be real.
Let's be honest here. So anyway. Yeah.
We want you to want us.
Yes.
Don't be Mr. Nice Guy. Don't be an asshole either. God, there's so many rules. Be yourself. Can we just say something as corny as that?
Yeah, let me just grab a Cosmopolitan magazine and just start reading out of it.
Stop it.
Sure, there's all sorts of cliches I can add to our
Well, you know what? Okay, so
repertoire.
I was in Mexico with a bunch of girlfriends, and they were
I
asking
saw that.
me,
Why didn't you fucking invite me to Mexico?
Because why would I invite you on a girls' trip?
I'm one of the girls. I would have flown down immediately.
First of all, I'm bringing my girls to see you in Vegas this Sunday, so don't even.
Oh my god, I was going to call you out publicly. You are coming on this goddamn photo shoot with me, or I will beat you. We are having this fucking photo shoot.
Well, now that I know that you beat lovingly, maybe I'll hold out.
You, oh my god, no. I will bring the pain.
I'll be there, John.
Photo fucking shoot. We are gonna have a photo shoot for our show here.
Why do you think I've been exercising and starving myself?
Oh, good. I've been exercising and somewhat starving myself as well.
Exactly.
Good.
See, I'm coming.
Good. You know what? We should put it out there in this podcast. What some sort of like from like the user base and fans and listeners and audience, like what sort of pictures they want to see us in and stuff like that.
That's a great idea.
It is. I've got some rather fantastic ideas myself, but user input is always appreciated. So if you guys have any,
because I'm gonna need to know what to bring.
Yes.
Like what's rare.
Tassels.
Yeah.
Tassels.
Let's do this.
Let's see what else. G-thong.
G-string, you retard.
I know.
G-thong. What the fuck is
I'm bringing that word back, damn it. It never was here, but I'm
I was gonna say it was never here.
G-thong. G-thong. It sounds Chinese all of a sudden. Anyway, Bubby.
Okay, so then everybody can let us know what they would like. And that would be really cool.
Yes.
So I know what to pack to see John.
Yes. Bring some, like, prisoner garb.
You are ridiculous. Why the hell would I have prisoner garb?
Do you have any, like, BDSM shit?
I left it all in New Jersey.
You
If
know
you
what's-
can believe
you know what's-
that.
you know what's-
If you can believe that, actually. Fuck.
Right?
I
That
didn't
is
even
weird.
realize I'd have to go shopping.
You know when you break up with a girl and she keeps all the like extracurricular type
Yes.
props, and you're like, what the
Yes.
fuck? I'm just gonna use that on the next girl.
Well, I was going to ask you if you had any left over from any of those girls you've been recycling in and out of your apartment.
You know what's funny? This was definitely a first. I had a girl make fun of this stuff another girl had left.
Oh, God.
Like, you know, like you end up having a collection of shit that girls left at your place.
I do not have a... Well, yes, my girlfriend's fine.
Okay, so it just seems like it doesn't matter. Girls just have to leave some sort of keepsake at your place. So
I don't do it on purpose.
Well-
I really don't.
Well, okay. Well, I don't. Maybe it's not on purpose, but it happens. It's like it has to happen. So it's like I had a girl over, and she finds this like stash, and she starts like talking shit on the other stuff that.
Paint an ass girl.
Right, that the other girls had left, and it's funny because like I saw what she left, and I was like, I don't even think that's that cool, you know. So hey, maybe the next one will
cute.
talk shit on you, girl.
That's so cute. You're the sweetest ever. You don't
know.
even realize.
I know. Well, Bobby, you just I'm reading your
what
mind
am
now.
I?
Oh, it says OK space WRAP. What is that? What does that
That's
mean?
a wrap.
That's a wrap. All right, Bobby. Signing off, Bubby.
My darling, I'll see you soon.
Okay. When is that? This Sunday?
Sunday I'll be there, yes.
Okay, Bubba.
All right, darling.
Are you bringing
Always
Tyrion?
A pleasure. No, I'm not. Tyrion's still in New Jersey.
Oh, what's he doing there? Oh, you're going back to
Hanging with his
Jersey.
parents.
Right. They've got like a little yard and shit.
They do. They have a huge yard, and my sister's boyfriend has been taking him around like his parrots and his German shepherds, and apparently he's having the time of his life.
Yeah, but if he could choose between the time of his life and Trixie, you know what he would choose.
Let's be real. He'd obviously choose Trixie.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, she has started humping things.
Really?
Like she went through a little phase like several months ago where she was like humping things, and now she's like back down. Now she's like back to humper stage. I'll tag you in it.
I remember the first time I saw Tyrion. I remember the first time I saw my girl dog hump. I freaked out. I've never been so traumatized in my life.
Yeah, girl dogs definitely hump, but she's like, it's weird because Trixie will start humping something, and then she'll like speed up and like really start going hard at it,
Yeah.
and then it tapers off, and you're like, whoa, like what did I just witness
What
right
did
here?
I teach this thing?
You know, I don't even want to go there. Like, I thought she was born that way, but if she needed lessons, she got all of them she needed already.
I hate you. I do not want to
From
hear
the
that.
first night I got her, I had a fucking date that I brought her back here.
I remember you telling me.
Oh yeah, and it
I hate you for that.
I just wrecked that.
That's animal abuse.
girl. I wrecked that girl.
That is animal abuse.
I don't think so. I think it's training. Anyway, Bubby, have a.
All right, my dear. You have a good one.
Yes, I will see you
And
this
I'll
Sunday.
see you Sunday. I'll keep you posted.
Okay. You have to tell me your schedule so I can arrange this photo shoot.
All right, we'll do.
Okay, Bubby. Bye bye.
Bye.